taki stan. Brak towaru, w myślach ćpam. Radę dam albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kinol jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia. Jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaralczo. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram. Odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram. Odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgiel. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram. Odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje. Jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru, w myślach ćpam. Radę dam albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kinol jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia. Jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaralczo. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram. Odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz.
Alright, first we're going to be working on what's going to be a UI, like an in-game UI menu for Fallen Anarchy network, I think. And they have paid me to do this, and they've implemented a lot of changes into it. So I'm going to be looking at Discord to see what changes I actually need to do. We should have a good version so far. So if we go Fallen Anarchy, and put the pack to see what we have so far. How are we doing? I figured I've been behind code for so long, I might as well just stream.
Co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży
the pack name still says UNC UI,
but bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru, w myślach ćpam. Radę dam albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kinol jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia. Jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaralczo. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram.
It's hard to hear me. I'll turn down okay, I'll turn that down real quick. But as soon as we click on this, we have 4 tabs. It's basically just my UI, but I'm trying to repurpose it for their network. So we have Fallen Anarchy guidelines and so on and so forth, and this is what they're trying to go ahead and use. They don't actually have it on their realm yet. They're using a temp world. but you see, Fallen Anarchy Discord. There's their Discord. The founder is Field Marshal. Uh, Head admin is Karth, and he's actually partnered with Unity Anarchy as well, the Unity network. And I figured I'd credit myself in there while I'm at it, because why not? This is outdated. This is how long it's taken me to make this UI. It's been since UAC 1.8, and we're currently on UAC 2.1. Oh yeah, I'm liking the zero paintings. I'm liking the zero paintings thing you gave me. Is UAC on this? Oh, it is. You guys want to see some pretty cool UAC shit? Oh, I actually need to, I need the developer command to actually get stuff. What if, let's toggle, or not up abuse, but fake staff protection. So that way we can just tag ourselves and not worry about anything. Alright, cool. So I added a thing called randomizer, or spawn randomizer, to UAC, which is going to be applied to Unity Anarchy very soon. Been subbed. I'm happy what you're doing. You're doing what you're doing. I appreciate you, man. Basically all that means is if we go to toggle random, I don't actually use rules timer anymore, but random spawn on and off, and what random spawn does is it randomizes spawn within a 1k radius, and as you can see on my hotbar now, when I'm in creative mode, it will actually show me the current world spawn as it's changing, and it'll also show me the total entities as well. So if I go into giving myself a spawn egg real quick, because it usually just works for hostile mobs at the moment, but if I start spawning a bunch of mobs, it's going to update the entity counter every few seconds, so it's 90. So once it reaches past 100 mobs, it's going to do an entity clear. And I figured this would be a lot better than having like an entity counter for like every 6 minutes, because sometimes, you know, entities will just be sat there, or sometimes people are like mining through cave systems and just leaving entities behind them in unloaded chunks, you know, stuff like that, where there's going to be stuff that, you know, slips through the cracks. So I figured this is probably the greatest thing for TPS is, like, as soon as you hit 100 entities, it does a lag clear automatically, which is kind of complicated to do. So it's 90 entities. There you go. Immediately does a lag clear by itself. And I had to redo this because I still wanted the opportunity to do a manual lag clear, so I can clear entities manually as well. Do you remember pinning my comment on COD? Yeah, dude, I think I remember you. Unity Anarchy is dying? It's not dying. It is only dying because, you know, the game updated and now no hack clients actually work, so since people can't hack, they don't feel safe playing anymore. But I wouldn't say it's dying. Like the videos that on Anarchy or that I have about the realm are like a few thousand apiece. So I wouldn't say it's dying, I would just say it's not very active, you know? But I'm pretty sure it's very much alive. Watch, as soon as Orion updates, then Badman's going to update. And then once Badman updates, which is usually the easier client to use because people are lazy or just don't know how to compile their own Orion DLL, usually, you know, as soon as they all update and the hack clients are usable again, they're more than likely going to start flooding the Anarchy realms again, trust me. So, what we need to do is fix this guy's UI since I need to finish it, and I need to he paid me to do it, so I can't just like be like, you know what, you should have taken the first version he given you. But the thing is, he makes a lot of changes towards it, and why I'm allowing him to make so many changes to the UI before like I hand it over to him is because if he wants a different UI after he starts using this, he's gonna have to pay me again. So that's the situation we're doing. So let me scroll through Discord real quick. And the first change we need to do is all red colors need to be bolded. It shouldn't be too hard to do. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's open this. So this is the code behind the UI that you just saw. And I downloaded a package for Visual Studio Code that allowed me to like look at what different color codes would do what color as like a debug. So like, you know, C is a red, the number 2 is dark green, so on and so forth. This is incorrect actually. It's not purple. This D actually does like a pink color. So I'm not sure what's going on with that one. Alright, so we need to make all words that are red bolded. So an easy fix to this is to try to go do this, right? So we look for everything that is made red, and we're going to go ahead and just replace it with that. So it's going to add a double to these sometimes, but that's okay, because if it's L after and then you put another L after, it's not really going to affect it that much. So then I guess what we can do is do a double check. So we copy this, and like if it's 2 L's, and then just make it 1, and that does fix the issue. Okay, cool. So basically, it's all clean. So that was an easy part. So the second is the tab words need to be bolded light purple. The tab words need to be bolded in light purple. So he is talking about, assuming what he means by tab words is actual tabs itself. These one right here. So welcome is already purple, but it needs to be bolded. So I assume that's this right here. So we're just going to take that, put it right here, and now it's bold. The entire thing is bold. Realm guidelines. We need to look for that. So instead of, I think I have this, it's not purple, it's kind of pink. I have no idea how it's going to look afterwards, but because like I tried light blue and that was really hard to read on the tabs. I tried a red or like just a regular white at first, and that was also kind of hard to read. But he wants these to be purple. I'm kind of interested to see how that actually turns out. So we are looking for FA Realm Guidelines, which should be right here. So it's going to go ahead and make that purple. Or undo that, actually. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this is a title. This is the title within, and then this is the actual tab name right here. So then realm commands. Okay, so there's the title, and then this is realm commands. And well, I'll do him a favor and actually add FA for Fallen Anarchy right in the front of it. So I was going to do and then realm commands, make it purple and bold, and then this is going to be the title within that that tab. And what I mean by title is, like, let's say if I go into realm commands, this is the title, so it's blue and has Fallen in front of it, where this has just realm commands, right? So this is Fallen Anarchy commands. So the title is Fallen Anarchy commands, and it's red. I'm confused. Hold on. It's supposed to, this is supposed to be red, and the code is red, but showing up blue. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, this one's blue. So I have a feeling that it's coded in a specific order, so that this one comes up on top for whatever reason, and then this goes on the bottom. So you have red at the bottom, or okay, I guess not. Either that, or it's just reusing this title twice. Oh, okay, cool. So so I guess this is code that's not actually being used. So I want to do one of those to comment it, so I know it's not actually being used. I don't have to confuse myself later. So we need the next tab, which is going to be the realm FAQ, which should be right here. I have a feeling this also probably is not being used, and that we're just using these titles instead. Alrighty. So the tabs should be good. Next change we need to do is add FA to the realm commands. I already did that. Bold all words, which is talking about the additional information at the top of each tab. What? Alright, bold all words, which is talking about the additional information at the bottom of each tab. Okay. So I am assuming I don't get this one. I actually don't get that one. I'm gonna text him real quick saying I don't know what that is referring to, so I'm gonna skip it. Alright, next change we need to do is change the banned item list to map suspensors. So we need to copy this, go in here, and update the banned item list, which I assume should be in your guidelines. So this is the banned item list. I'm gonna put it like that. And he says he wants to keep this all dark green. So we'll keep it dark green. And then add the stats command. Yeah, because I did make a stats command within UAC. And he's probably going to want that in as well. So I'll actually show you guys what that looks like now. Because I showed you, I think, a snippet of one of the things in Google. Or not Google, but in the Discord, where you guys can actually see your own stats now. So let's give like experience. There you go. I would like some way to hide chords with a command, so I can stream on Xbox. Alright, I'll probably try to look into that. Because currently in this debug mode, if you go into right here, there is no debug information for like your stats or anything when you're in survival mode. But as soon as you go into creative, currently only staff can like see some debug stats such as total entities and world spawn. I was going to put also like kills, deaths, and stuff like that, but my plan is to, when you're in survival mode, you can have like all this stuff at the bottom of the your hotbar, basically saying like your deaths, your kills, your kill streaks, so on and so forth, all there. So that way you don't really even have to do a stats command. Because the current way to do that right now is if I named like an anvil stats and then dropped it, it's going to tell me all this. So it's like L.o.t.s is played for an hour and a half. It's going to show me my warns, my item warns. I don't actually have any. I have an item warn apparently. I think that was with testing. But my kills, deaths, and current kill streak and all that cool stuff. The problem is I don't know what people are going to want as far as that aesthetic, you know? Because I don't know if people are going to like this, where they can just drop a command and then see it, or if they're going to like it better where all the information is in their hotbar, you know, above their hotbar. Because the argument could be made like, oh, okay, you know, it's a really big hotbar or a message, you know, it could be clutterous. I'd rather just, you know, have my stats only be seen when I want to see it, you know? Or if people are going to want that, you know, that convenience of just seeing at the hotbar. So I'll probably put like a poll in Discord later on saying, hey, you know, which one do you guys want? Because there will be a public version of UAC later on, right? But it's mostly just made for my realm, so wherever my realm says goes. But currently we need to go ahead and add in that stats command to that guy's UI. So if we go into realm commands, we can go ahead and add it in here. There's some lines in here that's not actually using. So let me go in here and see if those are actually in the code. Okay, cool. So you see this little gap right here from the current, like this line right here to like the actual title. That is because that these two lines are being used, but the fact that there's nothing there means that I can put whatever I want there and not actually have to code it later on within the actual JSON. So All I have to do is this real quick. Let's change this to a 6. So it keeps the colors too. Na blacie zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kinol jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wolność. Let's remove the period from this so that really confused players don't get confused. And that was an easy one. Easy change. Alright, cool. So that was the last change we needed to make. So let's make sure everything is saved. And go ahead and try to test the UI real quick. Alright, so let's delete the UI. And let's go ahead and delete the debug world. So I'm going to leave that UI there so for a backup. And just call this UI2. And import that real quick. Co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica przed twoją chatą, rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie, zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, already. So, oh well, that's a lot easier to read. I'm gonna actually make my tab colors on my UI purple, because that's insanely easy to read. I'm pretty sure what he's not going to like is that right there. It's not completely purple. So, let me fix that quick. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. And then here we go, there's our line for our stats. So view your in-game stats with the stats command. We probably need to change this as well to like 2.1, because that's the current version I'm still working on. All the red letters are bold. Just how he wants it, just what he paid me for. I like how you're putting so much work into this realm. I appreciate you, man. I feel like he needs to take a little break because he basically works on it daily. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly healthy. He found a texture pack called Uwu Pack. I'm curious to see what that does, I'm not gonna lie. Probably want to change that blue texture to purple as well. There we go. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all we need. You should make a server, but with a weaker anti-cheat. I mean, the anti-cheat isn't really that bad. Like, as long as you just follow the realm guidelines are in Discord, you would never know the anti-cheat is there. But you know, sometimes people can't read, and it's okay. So I'm done with this guy's UI. So I want to go ahead and message him and be like, hey, it's done. Bloom wants me to show this slash smite command. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. There's the pack right there. Let me move this real quick. Let's see what this does. Na blacie zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru, w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie... We'll see what that does later, but I'm going to go ahead and open up GitHub dashboard. Fetch origin real quick, just in case the code developer made anything. Alright, so I do have a checklist on in a secret Discord channel where like I have things where I wanted to do with UAC but never did. So there is a bug apparently reported by a staff member with UAC. Crossbows aren't being cleared from people's inventories and they didn't get kicked. So let's go ahead and see why. So we need all this seems to be fine. So I need the walk, or not the walk, but the SCY. Or is it the walk animation? It's not a walk animation. And where the hell is it? Co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica przed twoją chatą, rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. No, it's right here, of course. So let's make sure crossbows are actually in here. Okay, crossbow is a thing in here. I have a good idea. Know that no one can take off their boots. You should add some enchants to them. I cannot. That would be possible in Java Edition, but there is no possible way with commands to give someone an enchanted item. For whatever reason, Bedrock Edition just has no compatibility with MPT whatsoever. Which is pretty sad, I'm not gonna lie. But what you can do is something like the item blocks. You know, that's as close as you can get to the that's as close as we can get to like any kind of MBT is like the item blocks, basically. So crossbow is in there, and this looks like jumbo, but like that should work fine. Okay. That is weird. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and create a test world. I'm not actually going to put the pack on. is I need to be able to like I need to be able to get staff without actually showing the staff command. So let's go. Whoops. Alright, and let me censor stream up quick. Because I need to put a specific command in here, which is like a debug admin command. Let me leave the world and then come back, so that way like my chat history is refreshed. Is that Polish cow? Yes, it is. When the item lock's coming to boots, they should already be on boots. They should already be there. Alright, cool. So we can now use this as like a kind of test platform. So theoretically, this code should already work. So like it should already be like within this version of it. So let's copy the world. Co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica przed twoją chatą. Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, remix krzywi w głowie burdel. So the init has been ran, and a game with C. Cool. So if I give myself so nothing should happen. If I toggle annotatable items, I'm not staff, so I can't do that. So I give myself staff, which is not going to do because I have made the fucking command wrong. Alright, hang on, let me censor. I need a. Okay, so then what I can do is function toggle unobtainable items. Alright, cool, it's now toggled. So I have it in my hand. It's not going to do anything because I am staff. So if I go... Oh, it doesn't clear. That's weird. So what is wrong with that? Execute anyone who's not staff if unobtainable items is on. So let's do this. Players list. Unobtainable items is on. We can get rid of this argument, right? Because it's kind of redundant. We can kind of add these arguments together as well. I'm not sure why they're separate. I'm not sure why I did that. But let's see what's wrong with this. What? Or it already has a slash on it. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that command. It's just not being called upon. Keep on death boots. I can't, for whatever reason, you can't actually have keep on death with item lock at the same time. It might be possible, but like no matter what way I put the NBT, it just doesn't work. no, the tag stick is kind of weird. The old pain sound for when you take damage, that would be kind of cool. Alright, so I need to... first of all, delete this, right? And go into this test world. Because I forgot something to do. So I need to edit this. Wait for chat to disappear. Please. Okay, cool. So if I press this, right? It's not going to do anything because I don't have the function pack on. So it's not actually doing any of this for whatever reason. It could very much be the item ID. That could be a thing. The item ID just doesn't work. So we'll have to do. Should be just possible, right? So we go in here. Minecraft Crossbow. Okay. Alright, let's make a copy of this and try testing that again. It's theoretically like it should already work. So let's see why it's not working. When you die, a message on your screen said, "Get good." Bruh. Not the first time I didn't do the init. So after the init, I have that. Let's give myself a crossbow. Toggle for unobtainable items. Remove the staff status. Okay, cool. So as soon as we had it in our hand, then it works. Go with staff status again. That's not one. Okay. Give us a crossbow and should be fine, right? Cool, cool, cool. So it works. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, which is kind of weird. Let's do a list real quick. Alright, so everything is toggled off, right? Except for unobtainable items. What if we have this off? Okay, well. Let's turn that off, right? We give ourselves, or remove status as well. Give ourselves a crossbow, and now it's off, right? Now we're fine. Lit. What about a spawn egg? Okay, looks like us. Alright, cool. So what if we turned on spawn eggs? So function or clear spawn eggs on, and it's not going to work. I'm gonna type every single emoji, bruh. Don't be like that. So we have a bug, which is if clear. If spawn eggs are on but unobtainable is off, it's not going to clear properly. So let's do this real quick. So or enter. Anyone who has staff status or doesn't have staff status, right? Whose scores is also like this. Do this function. I mean, theoretically, we just get rid of that, right? Or actually keep that in, because if it's unobtainable, it's still a spawn egg. Like, spawn eggs are unobtainable. So we'll leave that argument in. And then if they have this independently, then it'll still work. So what we should do is actually add this to the top, so it happens before they get kicked. So theoretically, if you have unobtainable off but spawn eggs on, it should still clear them. Okay, so we fixed that. Alright, cool. So, go into our checklist. That bug is fixed. Technically, I never actually did anything, but apparently whatever I did to update 2.1, it fixed it. Take the tags out of the kit PvP system. Sounds like a job. That'll take a while. Alright, so the kit PvP system is basically right here. And it's relying on other assets and stuff. The thing is, it requires tags. So it's doing a tag. What's bad about this is that in repeating command blocks, or if you're doing a zero tick function, which this is also doing, which means that this function right here is being called upon every tick. Like every tick, this function is being called upon. And if you have a tag in one of these functions that are always being called upon, it's really bad. So that's why I've been doing scores all at once, because with scores it takes a lot less strain off the realm than tags do. Because apparently tags have a lot more strain on the realm than scores do. Why? I don't know. It probably has to do with player NBT. How do you make enchants over 32k? You can't. You don't. So what we need to do is take these kits out, or these tags out, and replace them with scores. So we need to... Our assets folder is open. I was using these functions right here. So it's doing kit give right here, And this is also doing tags. All this is doing tagging. This is what I meant right here. This is the keep item, right? Lock in slot, lock in inventory, so on and so forth. This is my entire kit PvP system right here. And this is just utility. Make sure everyone's playing fair. Make sure the game works fine. So on and so forth. So this is probably a really easy fix. What we're going to do is probably have a score that is just kit, right? So let's make a new scoreboard. And on initiation, let's make the default score for everyone 0. Actually, I don't think we need to do that. We don't actually need a scoreboard of 0. But then what we can do here is copy this over here. If they're okay, we can simplify this a lot. So if their score of kit equals, like, let's say 1 to 99, then start their timer, you know? So we can delete that. Once they hit a kit replace of 3, do kit give. Okay, cool. So basically what's going on here is that if the game mode is enabled, which is toggle 1, then start their timer and keep consistently giving them a score of kit replace 1 if they have a score a kit 1 or 99, right? The only problem with this is then we would need to make a thing to where once we enable kit PvP, make everyone who joins their kit of 1. So that's a thing that needs to happen. And then what happens here is that once their score of kit replace hits 200, then it resets the timer. So I think like every minute and a half they get like their kit replaced.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan.
Because what I want to do with this, right, is basically in the kit give, instead of having kit 1 and then VIP kit and different tags, basically what we can do is just have different scores with each kit. So like if their kit score is 1 and then kit score 2, kit score 3, and so on and so forth through like different types of kits within the kit PvP. But what I might have to do is make a different scoreboard for each kit. So let's go into the init and just make this kit 1. and then make another one called VIP kit. So we have kit 1 and VIP kit, right? And we're going to make the default of these 0 after we like make a dummy for them. I don't think we need to make a dummy for them actually. What we can do is do and then like kit 1 to 0. And then we can do the same thing for the VIP kit. So as soon as they spawn in, it sets their score to 0, so that way they actually have a score now. So then what we can then do is we need to
rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru, w myślach ćpam, radę dam albo nie dam. Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane. Wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę.
Let's make dummy scores for them. So we're going to make a kit PvP dummy scores. So it's going to be scoreboard, objectives. It's like kit 1 dummy. And then we can do the same for the VIP kit. Sweet. So what we then do in here
zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam
is we're going to copy the scores from these dummies to the actual kit scores. So we're making a fake scoreboard, but the only thing that matters is what's on the real scoreboard, right? Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane. Wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę. Same długi. Kinol jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi. Bez walenia. Gdzie jest wąż? Biała chemia. Let's make sure these are actually hidden, right? They should be hidden.
Jedno w głowie mam. Koksu 5 gram. Odlecieć sam. W krainę zapomnienia.
Okay, cool.
W głowie myśli mam. Kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz.
So then what we do is in the kit give, you can do something like this where we copy that. And all of this is relying on a tag. Hey, what's up, Wolfie? What's up? We are currently working on an anti-cheat, but it also has a hidden kit PvP function inside of it, and that's what we're currently trying to fix. What we're doing is, instead of using a tag system to give people their kit, we're going to use scores instead, because it's a lot less laggy. So if their score of kit 1 equals 1,
bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie w ciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel jak w TV. Mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru w myślach ćpam.
Okay, there you go. That's why it's good.
W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same
Sweet. Alright, so basically we can just do that for the rest of it.
dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy...
So if they have a score of kit 1, then they get the kit 1 kit, right?
Bo wiedzie biały węgorz.
Then they're also going to need the VIP kit. So I guess we have to do 2 of this for the same thing. So I have no idea why I called that in the init.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę.
Oh, it's just VIP kit. How do you get hacks from Modern Warfare? You don't.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się
So this should also be this right here.
zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel jak w TV. Mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru w myślach ćpam.
Hey, look, my specs commands work.
Nie dam wszystko, kurwa, z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kinol jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali. To jedno w głowie mam.
Alright, sweet. So then we go ahead. Everything with the VIP kit. That equals 1, then we get the VIP kit. Place all those. Looks easy enough. So basically all we're doing, right, is same thing we're doing for the toggles. So if we change their dummy scoreboard, it's going to change that for everyone else, right? Actually, we get rid of that.
Biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel jak w TV. Mnie nie dziwi taki stan.
Okay, what we also need to do is make an exception right here, or so basically if their kit PvP is 0, which is default, which means they don't have the VIP kit, then give them that score.
zapomnienia, w głowie
And then what we do is scoreboard players set if they have the VIP kit, their kit 1 to 0.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia.
Could you not spam my chat? That'd be great.
Kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie
So in theory, this should be fine. And the reason why we're using @R right here is so that way we're not hitting all players at once, but since this is a 0-tick function, theoretically it should be fast enough to where it hits all players within within less than a tick, right? And in practice, this does work. So we're gonna do a save all and try this out. So I have a copy of my kit PvP. Let's deactivate that. And then make a copy of it. Let's delete that one test world. It's a copy of test world. So I think we already saved all right, but let's do it one more time. What the hell just happened? Okay. Am I actually seasoned sharp? We'll never know. It's a mystery. Alright, so we're gonna do on the copy of a copy. Do on the actual. Why is this already there? Okay. Okay, we're not going to do on the copy of the copy. The data is already there. That's kind of unfortunate. I guess we'll just do it on here then. So let's copy this test world. We don't really need a flat world for this, I guess. We can just test it on this. Alright, so what it should be doing is also making sure it's in game mode A, right? So let's toggle it on. That's a weird one. We probably because we don't have staff. So let's give ourselves staff and then toggle it on. It's toggled off. Okay. So immediately, I don't think the toggle works. Let's close asset for a second. Where's my toggles at? So on. Oh, this is VIP. Where is kit PvP? It is a developer command. That's probably why it's not letting me do stuff. Alright, so we need to turn this there.
Twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam albo nie dam.
Okay.
Wszystko, kurwa, z chaty sprzedam.
So there's also the thing where
Jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę. Same długi, kino jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza.
yeah, that's working fine. There's also the thing where when we toggle the thing, it's not actually giving us a default game mode or a default kit, right? So what we need to do is in the init, we need to make the default for it, or oh my god, it's right here. We need to make the default square 1, right? So it should be off already, or it should be on right now. So as soon as we go ahead and give ourselves kit 1 of 1, we should start getting a kit. Should. Let's do kit replace. Yeah, that's not actually doing anything. So okay, let's do a list real quick. I'm in the midst of building a PC. I just need 3 more parts. Yo, water cooler is like the thing, man. Water cooler is the thing. It's so much more silent. So kit PvP is on. Where's the actual toggle for it? And then there's the kit PvP right here. But for whatever reason, there is a V in the front of that. This is not spelled right at all. So this is probably why. So if we're going to here, or is this like what, KB something? Okay. Let's make sure those are right. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak kłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica. Twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam. So what if we did a manual replace, right? So if we did kit PvP, kit give. Kit PvP, kit give. And then it gives us the kit. So it's just not being called upon properly, is the thing. So the code works, it's just a matter of calling upon that code. So it's supposed to be right here. So if we go ahead, okay, replace is now 1. So this, for whatever reason, this is just not running right.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam.
Let's see if like this is actually. This is why it's not working. The entire module is not being called upon. So let's go ahead and make sure all these functions are being called upon, except for anti-phase and anti-fly. We're gonna work on those later. So let's do save all. So this entire function, which is supposed to be 0 tick, is just not on. That's all. There's nothing wrong with the code, it's just not being called upon. So let's do a quick restart of this. Na blacie zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru, w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szara. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam, w krainę zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. The hell? No. Oh, and we'll also go ahead and... Where's the Uwu pack? There you go. We'll test out your Uwu pack, bro. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam, w krainę zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy... Alright, wait for the init to do its thing. The kit PvP is working. It should not be. We didn't talk about it on, but it's immediately doing its thing. And this is why. The utility is running regardless if the mode is on. Okay. So we do function toggle the kit PvP on, which we can't do because we're not staff. There you go. So immediately, as soon as we toggle it, we should be good. So now the thing is if we do set or Nightwalker L.o.t.s VIP kit and then 1, it tells us that the doesn't exist. Weird one. VIP kit. The objective VIP kit was not found. Interesting. Well, that's why. Wow. You didn't make the actual scoreboard properly. Make sure I didn't fuck up anything else. Okay, cool. So let's make it real quick. Add VIP. Almost did it again. Give us the VIP kit and wait for the kit replace to do its thing. Oh, there we go. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, the uwu, no. What does your uwu pack do to me, man? What's the code for your realm? I've been there, but it kicked me out. That's because you probably joined without being in the Discord. So let me go ahead and get an invite link for you, man.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram,
Whoops.
odlecieć sam.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, just go ahead and join that Discord, and as soon as like you're read everything, then the code should be right there. You're in the Discord? Oh, then the realm code should be within those channels. You just got to look for it, man. You just gotta read. And, the entire realm is designed for only letting people who know how to read in, dude. So that way, we don't have to deal with people that can't read rules. So this is the VIP kit. So if we give someone the VIP kit, they get the VIP kit. We set it. Yeah, I'm streaming right now. As soon as we set it to 0, then we should revert back, right? So scoreboard, objective, set display, sidebar. And then it gets. The kit replace gets stuck. That's your weird one. So we can fix that by if it is 0.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia.
I mean, if that's not going to work, then why even have that in? Or better yet, let's keep that, just like comment it. And then we set our kit back to 1, right? Which is the code is going to do. And our kit replace is still stuck. We set kit 1 to 1. Na blacie zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kinol jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szara. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram. It's a weird one. Alright, cool, so let's go ahead and yes, that is going to work. So let's do this. Let's like execute. It's a really weird fix, but it works. Alright, so as soon as we fix that, then the timer starts doing its thing again. We give ourselves VIP kit, and then as soon as the replace does its thing, it should replace our kit again with the VIP, which is not doing. And that is probably because since we set our dummy to 1, it's going to keep setting our kit 1. Alright, so let's do this then. So if we set this to 1, set this to 0, so then we just like, there's no point in having that then. Oh, should I know how to code like this guy? This isn't even coding. This is just using in-game commands. I wouldn't actually call this an actual coding language, since usually all this is... Wow. Can you guys hear that? All this is just like, you know, the scoreboard, scoreboard. It's just in-game commands. You know, you just gotta get really creative with it, that's all. And what I'm doing is using something called function files, where if you put a command into a function file, it will actually go ahead and, you know, use that command. Like, let's say I did a bunch of tell raw commands in one file, right? It's going to execute those commands from the top of the page all the way to the bottom of the page, right? And all they are tell raw commands. So if I were to call upon that function, which is help, it's just going to execute the commands that are in that file. It's just a matter about, you know, being creative with it. And what we're doing here is the kit PvP function is being called upon every 0 ticks. So we have to code in such a way where we have to anticipate it to be called upon all the time, right? And what I'm trying to do here is, if they're basically, we're working with true and false statements. We have VIP kit. If false, then give me regular kit. If true, then take away the regular kit, because now they're getting the VIP kit, right? What this is doing is setting their dummy score, or not anyone's score, but it's setting not a player, but a dummy score to have a score of kit 1. And then what this is doing right here is making sure it sets the dummy score, or alright, so what this is doing right here is making sure it sets the dummy score of that kit dummy to everyone, and copying this score to everyone else's kit 1 score. So basically what that means is, if I give this dummy a score of 1, right, then everyone's score of kit 1 will be 1. So if I set the score to dummy, or if I set this dummy and give it a score of kit 1 0, then everyone else's kit 1 score will be 0. That's basically all this is doing, if they don't actually have VIP. So if they don't have VIP, then their kit 1 score gets copied back to whoever this dummy score is. So basically, if they don't have the VIP kit, then set this dummy score back to 1, which sets everyone else's to 1. Actually, a better way of doing this is just setting doing this. So basically, if they don't have VIP kit, it sets their own score to VIP to the regular kit. If they do have the VIP kit, then stop giving them the regular kit. Could you probably DM code? could you be staff like white Mexican? We usually handpick staff, but I'm planning on in the future making it possible to actually apply for staff. But all this code will be eventually open source because I'm working on version 2.1 at the moment, and 2.1 is going to be the first public build of Unity anti-cheat. So instead of using the operation, we're probably just in like copying scores. We're probably just going to do this, where if they have the VIP kit, make it 0. If not, then make it 1. You got to stick to the simple stuff. What we can also further do is something like this. So let's make sure that kit PvP is actually toggled in the first place, and then execute onto them. So execute a random person if kit PvP isn't toggled, if they have the kit, or if they don't have VIP kit, etc., etc. So this should be a lot cleaner now. So let's go ahead and do another save all and restart. Let's make sure I actually save all first. So we do put this to an MC pack real quick. And we have to delete all the other ones. And the reason why I keep deleting them after every time is because you can't put a newer version of a pack onto a world that already had that pack in the first place, because it'll just conflict and just not work. Can I DM the code? It will be open source soon, so you can just sniff through it on GitHub and whatnot. Make your own forks soon. There'll be a lot of code that stays with me though. There'll be a lot of code that just isn't in the public release, and that is because it's most likely because it's my personal use. Like the fake staff protection, that's probably going to be staying with me because I don't want people to know how that works. Okay. As well as op abuse, I might actually put anti-op abuse in. I might just leave that in because it's pretty simple. All it does is basically gives them a separate hotbar message and make sure that they can't actually do any damage to players in creative mode. It restricts certain commands as well. Other than that, that's pretty much what it does. Yeah, so in we died for some reason. That's because I made it to where if someone put into creative, it'll kill them. I don't know where that was. I have no clue where the hell that was. Where the command block is. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So that worked, finally. I had made it to where if someone goes into creative, then they get killed immediately afterwards instead of kicked. The code for Realm, you'll have to go into the Discord and look into the Discord there. I make sure that in order to join the Realm, you need to be in the Discord. So if you don't have, what you want to do is be in the Discord, and then go into the Realm Code channel, and everything will be there. If you can't join that way, then I guess you can't join the Realm. It's pretty strict. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's go ahead and give ourselves staff. Let's toggle the kit PvP on. Okay, cool. So it's toggled on, but it's not actually doing the utility. There's a lot going on, and I don't know why it's not working. So let's do sidebar kit replace. That's probably why. Okay, so if we do kit replace this much. So scoreboard players reset. So reset the clock real quick. It should have given us a kit as soon as we hit a score of 3. Let's see if it works. So the kit okay, so the function that actually makes it to where I have a feeling it's this utility is broken. So let's find out why this is broken. Co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica przed twoją chatą, rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie, zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi. I have no clue why that's not being called upon. It's weird. So it's the problem is that this function right here is not being called upon properly. We can get rid of that code. It may be having a problem with just finding the function, I'm not sure. So what if we just ran the raw function? Nothing happens. We don't even get functions ran. This is weird. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak chłoda leżę, nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica przed twoją chatą, rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie, zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, remix. Yo, what is up, guys? Jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Oh, we ran out of recapture attempts. Go ahead and tell me your Discord name and I'll go ahead and verify you. Polish cow? Hell yeah, dude. Alright, so let's go ahead and... zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy call upon that a bunch of times. Oh, you know what? I think I know why. I think I know why. It probably is being called upon. We just need to remove staff. Okay, cool. So we do a scoreboard reset, right? Okay, replace, and then it works. Okay, we were staff, and that's probably why it was not working properly. All right, so it's being called upon fine. Okay, cool. So then we do. Let's give ourselves the kit PvP kit, right? Or a VIP kit. Oh, okay. I'm typing as I'm thinking. So VIP kit. And then wait for the kit replace to do its thing. And it works. And we get our effects as well. Sweet. So now the moment of truth, right? If we make this 0, will it give us back a regular kit? And it does. So it is now fully working. So now the greatest thing is you're not actually supposed to do this when, you know, it doesn't matter if what I'm about to do works or not, because usually on a kit PvP realm I don't want it to be toggled off anyway. But if I turn it off, right? Okay, I need to be staff first, but if I turn it off and then do like a clear, stop being staff. The only problem that happens, because it wasn't designed to do this, it wasn't designed to be turned off, is that I'm stuck in adventure mode. That's pretty much it. So if I go to game mode C, I obviously die because I'm not staff. But then it just fixes itself. But other than that, the way it's designed to work, it's fully working, and I'm happy now. Alright, Yujin and Jigoni, the rules in my chat are not to talk about cheap providers. I'm sorry, dude. And the description of every one of my videos, which no one really bothers reading, I state that I don't actually promote any cheap providers in my comment section or Discord. It is FPS the boss man. So let's see if I can get you. Let's see if I can help you out. That was weird. It just wouldn't let me like. What the heck? It won't let me give you the There we go. Okay, you should be able to join, or you should be able to look at the Discord now. You're good, bro. You're good. You didn't know. But I usually just do those videos for the last, man. I don't actually do it to like promote the cheats or anything like that. I just do it to have fun. I made a video. Basically, I think the video title was why I cheat when I had skill. It was the entire point of the video was to explain why I made those videos in the first place, and it was just for the laughs, you know. The music is a bop. It do be a bop, bro. So I would say that's a good cross off the list where we have successfully taken tags out of the kit PvP system. I'm not going to develop it any further because that was a pain in the ass. So let me go back to my UAC checklist and check. Take tags out of the kit PvP system, done. Make every module only give its module check score of 0 if to a random of 0 its value. What the fuck was I trying to say here? So scoreboard players, obtainable item 0. If it's 0, give 1. Oh, okay. I know it. I know what I'm trying to say. So basically, let me go to anti-CVE, get rid of that. So basically, I'm trying to check just for lag's sake to only give myself a check. Okay. Ooh. Give me like 1 second because I'm getting a phone call. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak kłoda leżę, nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury, jak ulica, przed twoją chatą, rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie, zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam, w krainę zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam, w krainę zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę. Okay, we're back. I just got a call basically saying that they found my birth certificate because it was lost. Right. Using riot shields takes skill, if you say so. I mean, I personally find that using riot shield is probably just for the fun of it. So we can take this off the checklist because I made a better system. And unobtainable items use AE of a range of 4 instead of AE. Okay. I think that's a doable thing. So in unobtainable items, what we are going to do Alright, did I already do it? Alright, I already did that. Okay, so it's doing a radius of 4. Another suggestion was to add a TPA system. Oh no. Do I want to add a TPA system? I don't know if I should. I feel like that would be abused a lot if I do it like not properly.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia.
I gotta show you guys something though. I gotta show you this smite command. I thought this was pretty cool. I was screwing around and made this. So I'm gonna just armor stand that's called Yeet, right? Let's get a good view of this armor stand. And then we're gonna do execute name equals Yeet. Whoops. Look at that. And then it'll say Yeet was smited by an operator. So let's get a good view of this. That's the smite command that booms. What I'm going to show you guys. Alright, so let's do game modes S. There is a function in here that allows me to just set up UAC for everything I'll need in the Anarchy realm. So if we do Unity Anarchy init, it's a dev command that turns on everything that Unity Anarchy actually uses. And then we can check in here, be like /module check, and it shows us what's enabled, disabled, so the kit PvP is just turned off, you know. So that's basically it. So now if I try to go into game mode C, we get a really cool debug menu. And the cool thing is we can actually turn this off locally or globally. So if I did if I turned off hotbar messages, it would just turn off all hotbar messages for the UAC, all of them. So if that means if I go to game mode S, all of it's turned off. So everything that uses a hotbar message. Actually, you know what? I just realized something. We go into kit PvP, and I believe the utility is going to set off a hotbar message somewhere. I don't actually know where the message is. I think it might actually be in hotbar message itself. Yeah, it is. It's in hotbar messages. So we can do this is I forgot to add that argument to the kit PvP itself. Cool. Did I disable Gauss griefs? I don't think I did. I don't think I disabled it. I'm pretty sure I didn't. What's my favorite cereal? I don't know, man. My diet is so bad. I haven't actually eaten cereal in a while. You wanted to join the kit PvP? Lit. Yeah, I'll duel you. I'll duel you, bro. You get some speed as well. Take all of it while I still can. Whoever wants to duel me, bro, on the kit PvP. I'm here, bro. Come at me. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak kłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje.
jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica przed twoją chatą. Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa.
Does the kit replace broken?
W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan.
That's weird.
Towaru w myślach ćpam.
I think the kit PvP might be broken. I'm not sure.
Sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi.
Oh, cheats are disabled.
Jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram,
Okay, cool.
sam w krainę zapomnienia, w głowie
Okay.
myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan.
Auto sprint would be amazing.
Bo wiedzie biały węgorz.
They're going to disable. Oh, can I disable them? Oh, okay. That's what you're referring to. Oh, I forgot that bug. Oh, this is outdated UAC. There used to be a bug within UAC where, like, if someone died next to you, it would set you on fire, but I fixed it. Come at me, bro. So not only is like UAC an anti-cheat, but like it has kit PvP functions within its side, and I have no idea if I'm pretty sure that's not going to be in the free or the public version. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to put that in the public version. I'm probably going to keep that in the dev because the kit PvP system isn't really finished. It's kind of a bare bones of a kit PvP. I want to get some clout. I also need to fix it to where, like, because like in the VIP kit, this was like only 2, where the regular kit is like 32 meat you get. Weird. Oh, he's using auto clicker. No. I got a free kit. No. Ah. Alright, how you doing there? Just doing my thing, you know, getting some space. I need to update UAC on this realm.
Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, remix krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi.
It's been fun, but I got coding to do. I'm sorry. I actually kind of need to fix that. Hold on. So in the VIP kit, they get. Let's give them like 32. There you go. Looks a lot better. There's like the regular kit gets 32, but like I'm not sure why I didn't have it in the Oh, you're typing? My bad.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam.
I didn't even know God's Creative was like its own rule. I'm not sure if that's even a thing.
W krainę zapomnienia, w głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca w głowie dziury.
I joined my world I'm coding. I'm coding for this primarily.
Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest
But what I probably need to do is go into dev and make a new thing. So let's do Unity.
Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane. Wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi.
Cool, so let's go ahead
Dzień drugi, bez walenia. Gdzie jest
borrow some of this.
jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz.
We don't need that on. That maybe.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam,
We need that on. Take this off. Time played, we can leave that on. Unobtainable items, VIP, world border, we don't need that. We don't necessarily need this. And we need to make sure that VIP or KPVP is on. So I don't even know if that's an actual toggle name.
Na blacie zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa,
Okay.
mi krzywi, w głowie burdel, jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru, w myślach ćpam, radę dam, albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam, w sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane, ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście, tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali.
So we need anti-fly and other things to work as well. So let's borrow this code from anti-CBE, put it into anti-fly. I don't even think we have toggles for anti-fly either. So let's do let's do off first. Because we're going to need anti-fly for kit PvP. Because I do have it on in kit PvP. But give me like 1 second. Because I need to use the restroom.
Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica przed twoją chatą. Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi w głowie. bez walenia. Gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaracza. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca. W głowie dziury jak ulica przed twoją chatą. Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru, w myślach ćpam, radę dam albo nie dam. Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaracza. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca. W głowie dziury jak ulica przed twoją chatą. Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru, w myślach ćpam, radę dam albo nie dam. Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaracza. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel jak w TV. Mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru, w myślach ćpam. Radę dam albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak walugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia. Jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaralczo.
Alright, so basically what I'm gonna do is probably take a look at the init file. Because we need to know what certain scores are named what. Okay, so I think I probably entirely skipped anti-fly and anti-phase as well. Yeah, I did. So let's do this where anti-AF. Right? And we can go into here. This is just all going to be AF. Let's try to open this up here instead. So I saw that. Now we need to make sure that all this only activates if the actual module itself is toggled. So you can execute at R, execute at S. Basically all this is doing is like, okay, only perform all this when the toggle is actually on. And then go ahead and clear L.o.t.s. I'm not actually on a world right now. Yeah, I'm not actually in a world to invite you though. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwyta gwiazd jak chłoda leżę. Nie wierzę, co się dzieje, jak kura z głodu pieje, jak wilkołak do księżyca, w głowie dziury jak ulica. Przed twoją chatą rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi, w głowie burdel jak w TV. Mnie nie dziwi taki stan, brak towaru, w myślach ćpam. Radę dam albo nie dam, wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia. Jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szaralczo. Jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Make it to where like It doesn't actually ban them if they fly, it just kicks them. Do a temp kick. So let's comment this real quick.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia.
Okay, cool.
W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan, gdy już nie będę sam, bo wiedzie biały węgorz. Ja pierdolę, ale mam zjazd, nie chwytam gwiazd jak kłoda leżę, nie wierzę.
Let's make it. I should do the same thing as my YouTube, except L.o.t.s is no longer a acronym. It would have been too long.
Jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru w myślach ćpam.
This looks solid enough. The only thing is we probably need to go into the settings file. Go ahead and enable this. Cool. Now what we need to do is actually make a toggle function for this. So let's call this here. And then instead of the CBE toggle, we're going to put that instead. And then this needs to be AF. So we can do this. Anti-fly has been toggled off. Make a new function. So anti-fly on. Make it a function. And the simple part is just turning this to a 1 and making sure that this says on. So let's try to protect staff from it really quick. So we're going to anti-fly.
Rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru w myślach ćpam, radę dam albo nie dam. Wszystko kurwa z chaty sprzedam. W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane.
Put the same argument somewhere else.
Kino jak u tabalugi, dzień drugi bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia, jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarali. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram.
Alrighty. We should probably not have tags in this though. Okay, yeah, let's take the tags out. Or I guess we can leave that in.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się ten stan.
See if we can toggle anti-fly on. And if so, probably have it to where it's toggled on and this in it. So let's go save all.
rozpuszczam się jak baton, który leży na blacie. Zejście jest jak nie wciągacie, bracie, kurwa, rymi krzywi. W głowie burdel jak w TV, mnie nie dziwi taki stan. Brak towaru w myślach mam, radę dam.
I'm stupid, we need to delete the old ones first.
W sumie mam już przejebane, wszystko jednak jest sprzedane. Ja pierdolę, same długi, kino jak u tabalugi. Dzień drugi, bez walenia, gdzie jest wąż, biała chemia. Jebane zejście tak wykańcza, jakby w chuja diabła cię szarańcza. Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia. W głowie myśli mam, kiedy skończy się.
So the score that we need to keep track of would be fly count. Nice. Okay, so the scoreboard. It's not actually doing anything yet. So let's go ahead and toggle anti-fly. Toggle it on. And as soon as we jump, we get a little counter, right? So if we go ahead, start actually flying, and then I was just kicked for fly hacks. Hey. Cool, so we have anti-fly successfully on. So if we do toggle or toggle it off, and then anti-fly is now off. Awesome. As soon as we're not staff, we get killed for being creative. Alright, so let's see if the dev function for the init will work. This music gives me a headache. Alright, let's play this guy's album. Alright, so let's do the dev command for kit PvP. Interesting. What did I call it? Oh, it's spelled wrong. Okay. So unit kit PvP, we do that. It's not actually going to do anything because we don't have staff, but we'll do this again. And
yeah, I do rap, but I hate the biz. I'm getting sick of whack artists trying to take the piss. I'm working too damn hard when they stumble on the scene.
Kit PvP game mode is enabled. As soon as we're not staff, we get the Kit PvP. Awesome. Love it, I love it. There's no way to actually turn it off yet. There's no, I don't actually have an init for like turn everything off. I might actually do that. I might actually make it to where so let's do toggles.
Man, I said fuck that shit, man, I took that risk. I was tearing tickets down, getting paid for my hits. Started from the bottom, told my story from the top. Now these fucking faggots are bragging about the rocks. All I hear is Molly whipping, chilling in the fame.
Let's do this.
Fucking losers ruining the game. All I hear is cities, pussy, money, make it rain. They don't really wanna know, they don't really wanna know.
Ooh, okay, how about we do this then? Or there we go. Or actually, there we go. Anti-fly, bottom bedrock. We need clear spawn. Or so better yet, let's do this so it doesn't make another line. This music is even worse. What do you mean? Clear spawn eggs, and then extra.
That's all I'm asking, guys. Yeah. Young Josh A got a lot on my plate. Better drop another tape, making hits like whoa. Write another verse, put a rapper in a hearse.
There's fake staff protection already on. I already have hopper messages. Item commands off. Okay, PvP is already off. Lag timer is already off. No eat chest. Yeah, okay. Retro Jason kill the game. Never chasing for the fame. Yeah, Retro Jason kill the game. Yeah, battle ride a brand new wave. Retro Jason kill the game. Yeah, never chasing for the fame. Retro Jason kill the game. Yeah, battle ride a brand new wave. Op abuse is already off. Random spawn. I don't think I have that in here. Rules timer. I don't actually use this. Whoa. Whoops. Well, I'll leave it in anyway, just in case other people might need it. I think I have time plate in here. Yeah, time plate is in here. Unobtainable items is off. VIP is off. World border is what I'm missing.
Retro Jason kill the game, never chasing for the fame, yeah. Retro Jason kill the game, yeah. Battle ride a brand new wave, Retro Jason kill the game, yeah. Never chasing for the fame, Retro Jason kill the game, yeah. Battle ride a brand new wave, Boy, you better watch your mouth before I pop off in the campgrounds, Jason will arrest, no doubt. Better pop off in the campgrounds, Boy, you better watch your mouth before I pop off in the campgrounds, Jason will arrest, no doubt. Better pop off in the campgrounds, Hey Jason, man, I appreciate you letting me make a song.
Sweet. So we have a dev command that now turns everything off,
What are you doing with that machete?
just in case.
Can you please put it down? You're kind of freaking me out, man. Oh, no, what are you doing? Stop.
I'm about to bust.
We fixed that one thing, right? Lit.
Yeah. Hey. Ultra.
Okay, let's try making a scoreboard
Ultra.
for people who are in
No
survival.
man, we don't share. Ultra. How do we get so rare?
Alright, so let's
Ultra. No man, we don't share. You ain't seen me like this. Freddy Krueger with the wrist.
put this in here. So the current thing for this. Why is there an at A in here? No. Alright, fuck it. We'll title at A. Fuck it. It's not that bad.
Life's so boring when you got no story. Feeling like I'm on the right path to glory. Got a damn chef in the house like Corey. Spitting my writtens, I'm making a killing. I talk about
Okay, so
I don't give a fuck about fame. Sick of that shit, man, it turn people vain.
this is the scoreboard in question.
It's true, never knew revenue at the roof, man. This that real life, you don't take two.
So
Ultra, how do we get so rare? Ultra, no man, we don't share.
there we go.
Ultra, how do we get so rare? Ultra, no man, we don't share. You ain't seen me like this. Freddy Krueger with the wrist. I've been chillin' my biz. Keep it going, make it quick. You ain't seen me like this. Freddy Krueger with the wrist.
Okay.
I've been chillin' my biz. Keep it going,
So
no flex, but I feel like a prodigy. Got so many things in my life that bother me. Try to hold it down, people try to slaughter me, and I'll be like curse screaming all apologies. Watching
let's go ahead and give me some room here.
I don't even know, man. I got a whole plan. Got a crossbow when the shit is a fan. Don't know what's next.
Comment that.
I gotta get ahead, no less. I'm always stressed. It take 3 months and I'm back to the rap. I'll live my life, then I'm back to the lab.
So we can
Don't focus on negativity or evil. I'm giving my life to the music. I feel exuberant. My future
take this argument out because we don't need it. And then put an argument basically if they're in survival mode. And what I'm essentially doing right here is I'm going to make it to where they can have their kills and stuff like that, like right on their hotbar. So it should be a lot. It should be a lot easier for them, right? So we can go ahead and completely do that right there. So we can do I feel like that takes up the exact same amount of space. Then what we can do is kind of take this out.
If I wasn't making music, I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I know fans, my band would be endless. If I wasn't making music, I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I know fans, my band would be endless. I'd be fire in my ear, would never see my day.
Let's do next line real quick.
If I wasn't making music, I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I know fans, my band would be endless. I'd be fire in my. I don't really know, man. Feel like I'm being hunted by an omen. I've been out zoning. I can't just enjoy where I'm at. All I do is sit and plan for attacks. All I do is sit and touch up my raps. Went too far, man, there's no going back. Best I can do now is try to adapt, man. I'm so scared of losing what I made. I don't wanna go back to low wage. Working the work every day. So I don't feel like my youth is a waste. Working way harder than back when I started. Barely talk to my friends, I've been so guarded. Working so long, I've been keeping away. Working, I wanna be highly regarded. I wanna be in the trenches, sweating my pain will be honest. I wanna be in the trenches, sweating my pain will be honest. I wanna be in the trenches, sweating my pain will be honest. Don't wanna be in the trenches. If I wasn't
I don't need this.
I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I know fans, my band would be endless. If I wasn't making music, I'd be in the trenches.
This music is fire. That's what I'm saying, bro. Just an S here, and then this would be deaths.
Everybody really wanna rap these days, man. They all want fame, all want chains. Ain't nobody really wanna be an engineer. They're enormously lame, shit that they fear. They all want an audience, all want a following, all want like 20K likes on their thoughts, all of the same.
Just minimize that a little bit.
Used to write songs in my classes, kids that make fun of me cause I was rapping. Oh my god, talk about tears of
I
a savage,
need
that I took off a liar was clapping. Say kids a laugh, that with me up as the tips on the tracks. Crazy how life had ended up like
kills
that.
dust, and then there's also kill streaks, right?
If I wasn't making music, I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I know fans, my band would be endless.
Current kill streak.
Making music, I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I know fans, my band would be endless. I'd be fire in my ear, would never see my day ones. I'm in
Will this work though? Absolutely no clue.
If I wasn't making music, I'd be in
You're on the SMP if you want to join later. Alright, sweet.
fans, my band would be endless.
Alright, lit. So we can see if this works. Should we save all real quick?
Searching for my peace of mind. Going every night, I've been running every time. Think I'm about to go insane. Think my mind gone in
Or copy this.
for the day. Thinking about it now, I don't rest. I'm trying to find, searching for my peace of mind. Going every night.
So basically, what they'll now be able to do is see like there's kills, their deaths, and whatnot.
Thinking music is the only way right out of poverty. Think I finally made it. I feel like I won the lottery. Swear this
Then we
game is too damn raping.
did that just on, just
people in my way that wanna
just in time.
slaughter me. Fuck a motive going in cause they don't understand my pain. Fuck a motive going in cause music's my
So
only end game.
we have to talk a little hot run questions, right?
Do this till I die. If the music went away, I'd probably commit suicide. So suck a dick, suck
Okay,
a dick
makes
if
sense.
you don't fuck with me. I don't put in all this work for you specifically. I make hits or sad kids.
Well, there's so much space in between that.
Wasting time when you don't have to be. I try to find searching for my peace of mind. Going every night, I've been running every time. Think I'm about to go insane, think my mind gone in my yay, and I can't wait for the day. Thinking about it now, I don't rest. I been trying to find, searching for my peace of mind. Going every night, I've been running every time. Think I'm about to go insane, think my mind gone in my yay, and I can't wait for the day. Thinking about it now, I don't
Sometimes I feel like, cause it's real life. Sometimes I just don't feel right. Two pistols, keep them real close. Feel like I'm burning real slow. My mind unrest, sick of being like this. No time to stress, I'm blind at best to the world outside. I stay locked up, no patience, I don't give a fuck. Fuck everybody, fuck them, I said I'm
Alright, cool. So this is our spawn point right here, right? And then if we do... Sweet, we now have a death. Where my command block went, I have no clue. So let's say if we like... If we scoreboard... So let's say I'm going on a kill streak of like 22, right? And if I then die with that kill streak, it's set back to 0. Okay, cool. And we now have 2 deaths. Sweet. So I'm liking this a lot better. I'm liking this a lot better. I just don't like how it's off-centered like that. It's gonna really mess with me. Liking it though.
Been doing rap, still hate the biz. Started out real, now I take the piss. Feel like God been misguiding kids. Feel like this, our life is sin, and I promote it. A terrible culture, man, I didn't know it. But this my future, man, and I can't blow it. But at what cost, I'm losing my
Put this
shit.
one out though.
Getting DMs that can say I'm inspiring. Meanwhile, I'm thinking about just retiring. Josh, start doing rap cause of you. When I get straight D's, my mad cause of you. We should hang out, play zombies on Xbox. If you don't reply, I'll spam to unblock. Then making all
Actually, what we should do...
man, why don't you write me back? And I feel real bad cause I feel responsible. When I tell kids anything's possible, then they start to encounter some obstacles and might blame me when they don't top the goals, I try to be
Let's just do
positive,
this,
but late
right?
night, all the feelings deposited, swear they've been creeping on me. Tossing and turning, man, I cannot sleep.
There you go, that's a lot better. Alpha abuse doesn't really matter in that argument. So now they have like a scoreboard of sorts right there. So if I did like... If I get myself that, then it updates to like 322. It's quite immediate actually. That's awesome. How is my there it is. We toggle off abuse, and then we now have the PvP disabled. If I didn't have my gamer tag, I wouldn't be able to do damage to entities right now. That's basically it. And then those at the bottom are only going to pull information if certain things are toggled, right? So then if we have the total entities is only going to pop up, let's say if I did the lag clear, then it's going to start showing me the entities for that lag clear. Because once the total entities hit 100, it's going to then do an automatic lag clear. And it's not going to show me the current world spawn, because it's going to like basically only pull data from the random world spawn. So if I toggle on the actual random world spawn, then world spawn starts randomizing, and then it's going to start telling me the actual the actual what the chords to the actual world spawn there is, right? So let's say if I toggle it off, just toggle it off, right? Game rule, show coordinates. So 1088 and then 785 is where I would spawn. So 1088 and then 785. Why do I not have a hotbar message? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, because that one argument, for whatever reason, if off, yeah, that would have broken the hotbar. So 1088 and then oh, because our spawn point is here. So if we do clear spawn point and then die again, that'd be 1090 and then 788. So it's basically exactly where the coordinates say. So they aren't the exact coordinates, because when you set /set world spawn, that's just like the relative coordinates position, right? But basically, yeah, it's pretty accurate to where world spawn would actually be. So then we can just go ahead and toggle this back on, and it'll start randomizing the world spawn again, which is really, really cool. What's up? What's up, Simple? Welcome to the stream, man. I'm developing an anti-cheat. Alright, so I kind of want to see what this would look like now that I've fixed it. So let's delete 18, right? Because we didn't really change much. Actually, let's do a save all. And then we do that. Instead of creating a new world, we just copy this. I'm gonna go see you. Appreciate your stuff. Sweet. So now, if we go ahead and toggle the actual hotbar messages again, it's no longer off-centered. So no enchants above 10 allowed, 32k items are banned, and we get our scores. Yeah. So we have one. Okay, it's not working. Oh, you know what? It actually has to be a. It has to be executed on someone. That's why I had that there. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do an at A then, so it's not like fading in and out. Like this at S. Okay. Sweet. Because we just died once, but it's not showing our deaths. And that's because it's not pulling our specific stats, because it's not being executed on us. So since it's not being executed on someone, it's not giving any specific stats. That's probably why it's not working. Okay. So we just got messaged by the guy that is trying to go ahead and buy a UI from us. So I just now realized what he was trying to say as far as the UI goes. He says he wanted to bold all of the extra details at the end of each tab. I had no idea what he was talking about with that. So we don't need that. Alright, so this is already bolden. Let's copy this real quick. Let's change this to 1.
Can tell the way you looking at me, bitch, you think I ain't shit. Run up on me, bitch, I grip that clip and leave that phrase.
Okay, cool. Most of it is already bold, it's just not showing up as so. So I'll put like extra bold markers there. How do I get Xbox shader? That's pretty outdated. I think I stopped development on that shader.
Can tell the way you looking at me, bitch, you think I ain't shit. Run up on me, bitch, I grip that clip and leave that phrase split. Sick of all these evil people, about to leave on nerve.
Okay, cool. So this is already bold. So I'm going to see how that looks like now. If that actually made a difference or anything. Alright, so let's put this in there. Yeah, that's all more bold than it should be. This isn't quite bold at the bottom. There you go. No, why did I do that? I didn't mean to actually open that. There we go. Okay, so we have to delete everything and then re-inject it so that way we can see if that last bit is bold. Alright, so okay, cool. That last little bit should be bold already. There you go, now it's bold. Why I had to spam it and everything, I have no clue. But everything should be bold now. So let me get screenshots of all these. And send them to my client. Lit. Alright, cool. What's the 02? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. It's like an anime pack that someone sent me. So I put it on for them. Alright, so we're gonna have to change the version in here.
I'm very grateful for Zombies Chronicles.
So let's do this.
I just want to throw this out there. Hashtag remaster Mob of the Dead. We gotta get that boy back, man. We gotta get that back.
Let's do 2.1. Let's go to our version asset. Wherever that may be. There we go. I don't even know where my manifest is. There we go. Alright, now we need new UUIDs. So we're gonna do this. Sweet.
Jake Paul, look at my fucking balls, man. bars in a single week. Fans eat it up and they think you really mean it. Rap game lands to at bars like a sewer. Talk about it, you been at it selling now like a god church.
What the fuck does that mean?
Man, you better duck when I'm hitting the
All right,
scene.
cool. So let's
Rap
do
ain't
that.
really
Let's
rap,
do a
rap really
commit,
hate it. When these
boys.
fake fucks at the scene and then make it. Meanwhile, I'm putting in hours of work at attempted the views up the shit I created, man. Talent don't matter anymore. Talent don't matter anymore. When you can shit out a song and no longer be poor. Fuck that shit, I'ma settle the score.
There's the dev build of 2.1. Now, basically all we need to do to make a public build of 2.1 is delete a lot of the code in here. Which would probably be this right here, which is a develop or debug commands. Probably delete all the dev commands as well. I'm probably going to take out the kit PvP in the public version. I'm taking out anti-phase because it doesn't work properly. Do you know any free Apex? If you find a cheat for that game that's free, it's most likely a virus. I'm probably going to take out fake staff protection as well. This is super complicated. Other than that, most of it should stay in. So I'm going to do this real quick and go ahead. UAC. Let's just yoink that. So now what we need to do is make a I made one, but I need to make a easy anti-cheat bypass. Good luck with that. Now all we need to do is make a public version of 2.1 and they can make a release. But that should be everything we need in 2.1. We squashed a lot of shit. Alrighty. I feel like that's a lot of code for one stream. I'm probably going to end it there. We finally got the build of 2.1 all made and stuff. I'm pretty happy for that. Appreciate you guys also stopping by the stream just to say hi and stuff.
I might drown tonight with my friends. Time flies when you think you see it. I try, but she don't wanna pretend. She might suicide in my bins. I want a pretty girl with face tats, someone just to make the time pass. Right now, I don't wanna wait up. Been down ever since I came up. Dug my grave, I gave my promise to you that I'd be more honest. But right now I'm not my strongest. Gave up love to make a profit. I can't escape the piece of me that loved you more than you could see. I can't escape the thought of you with someone else. I'd rather die. I might drown tonight with my friends. Time flies when you think you see it. I try, but she don't wanna pretend. She might suicide in my bins. I want a pretty girl with face tats, someone just to make the time pass. Right now, I don't wanna wait up. Been down ever since I came up. I'd rather die for you, cause then at least my life would have meaning. Without you, life is not the same. I wish I could escape this. Bad at love, I know. I hope you understand. So keep the heart you stole. You made out like a bandit. I can't escape the piece of me that loved you more than you could see. I can't escape the thought of you with someone else. I'd rather die. I might drown tonight with my